Hello all, Shadwell here, ready to talk about the next film in my collection, The Descent from 2005. It's directed by Neil Marshall and stars Shauna McDonald and Natalie Mendoza. The writer-director of this film, Neil Marshall, also has some other titles under his belt that might interest you. Ironically, they're all in the D section. This film, Dog Soldiers, and Doomsday. And if we're being honest, I didn't dislike his take on Hellboy as much as the majority of people did. First off, let me clarify that the version I own is the original unrated version of the film. Now sure, this might mean additional gore, which there was already a substantial amount of, so it's not like the film is hurting in the gore department. But no, the reason I own the original unrated version is because of that word original. See, when the film came stateside, they put in a new happy ending where protagonist Sarah makes it out of the cave system to safety, as opposed to the rest of the world that had the original ending where she bumps her head, has a dream she escapes, and then wakes up still stuck in the cave system where she will live out the rest of her, assumedly, short life. Not only does this happy ending greatly irk me, it also ended up technically being the canonical ending because there is a sequel called The Descent Part 2 that doesn't exist unless Sarah got out of the cave system. And before you ask, yes, I own it and I'm reviewing it tomorrow, but I only own it because it released straight to DVD, and I figured, other than the controversial reason it exists, it might be good, and it still might be, so tune in tomorrow for that review. But I need to talk more about the original Descent today. The Descent, the original unrated cut, is a damn fine film. It's about a group of women who go on a cavern adventure and find themselves in an unmapped section of the cave, and as they're trying to get out, they run afoul of the Crawlers, humanoid beasts that would rather kill and eat you than meet you. The Crawlers have skin devoid of pigment and are basically blind, seeing through echolocation like a bat does, as they do a lot of shrieking to aid the echolocation. And I mean a lot of shrieking to aid in the echolocation. And their shriek is pretty piercing, unfortunately, so you have that to look forward to. There was another film that came out in 2005 that was similar, called The Cave, that came and went without much fanfare at all. In fact, I can't remember much of anything about it, so I guess that says how successful The Cave was at stealing The Descent's thunder. I'm gonna give The Descent an A- because it is a very good, often scary time. Just make sure you're not watching the US cut of the film unless you're doing the two films as a double feature. Speaking of which, tomorrow I'm reviewing The Descent Part 2. See y'all then.